Hi everyone, this is going to be a microeconomics video in which I briefly define what market equilibrium is and will then show by example how you can find market equilibrium. So basically, market equilibrium just occurs in a market when the quantity demanded of a good or service is equal to the quantity supplied. So market equilibrium can also be thought of as the point at which the demand curve intersects with the supply curve for some arbitrary good or service, as is shown in this diagram, which will then produce the equilibrium price and the equilibrium quantity. So let's consider an example of a market for jeans with the quantity supplied given by 10p minus 300 and quantity demanded given by 600 minus 10p. So since we know that in market equilibrium the quantity supplied and the quantity demanded must be equal, we can solve for market equilibrium by equating quantity supplied with quantity demanded. So this is what that will look like. $10p minus 300 is equal to 600 minus 10p. So then moving all the p's over to this side, this will look like 20p equals to 900, and then we can put this into our calculator to find the value of p, which will be 45. So we know that in market equilibrium the price for jeans is $45. We can then back solve for the market quantity at equilibrium by simply substituting a price of 45 into either of these equations. So I'll do that with my calculator now, which would simply give us a quantity of 150 at market equilibrium. Now let's work through just one more example to hammer in this concept. So in this question we've got some arbitrary market with a demand curve given by 21 minus q and a supply curve given by 2q, and again we want to find the market equilibrium price and quantity. So in this question, since we have our demand and supply curves in terms of p, we will equate these prices since we know they must be equal at equilibrium. So this is what that will look like. 21 minus q is equal to 2q. So then we'll have 21 equals to 3q, and q is equal to 7. So we know at market equilibrium the quantity will be 7 units of this arbitrary good. Now subbing this into either demand or supply function up here clearly gives us a price of 14, and so there we go. That's how we solve for market equilibrium. I hope you found this video helpful, and thanks for watching.